Our first egg lab is going to be French toast. So let's see what this is going to look like. Person A needs 4 eggs. Person A is going to bring a bowl up to the table. We're not going to carry 4 eggs across the rooms in our hands. We know what could happen. All right, gently set 4 eggs into the bowl. Be careful so that you don't crack them against each other. Okay, and carry those back to your kitchen. Person B will need 1 cup of milk, half a teaspoon of vanilla, 1 teaspoon of sugar, a dash of salt, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Here's what that's going to look like. This person needs to bring to the table the liquid measuring cup, half teaspoon measure, and a 1 teaspoon measure. Let's bring those all up at the same time so you don't have to run all over the place like a chicken with your head cut off. First thing we're going to measure out is our milk. We need 1 cup. Okay. Remember, after you pour, you need to go down to eye level. Check it. Make sure that's correct. It is. Okay, so I have my milk. Next thing I need is my vanilla. I need a half teaspoon. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lean over the bowl that will be on the table so that I don't pour it over my milk and add in extra and that I don't make a mess on the table. All right, so we're just going to pour into there until it's full. I'm going to add that directly in here so I don't have to carry a bunch of little bowls with me. All right, I can just set that down there for a minute so I don't mess up the table. That's my vanilla. Next thing I need is my sugar, which will be in a small cup because we don't need much. We need 1 teaspoon. And this I'm going to scoop in and level off. Okay, and I'm just going to add that again directly into my milk. The next thing I need is a dash of salt. The salt will be on a plate again so that we're not making a big mess. Open up your salt, just put a little bit into your hand. It's a little much, so I'm just going to put about like that. Add that directly into your milk cup. Put the salt back. Finally, we have our cinnamon. Remember, when we do spices, we're going to take the lid off. We're not going to sit here and sprinkle into our measuring cup. That's going to make a great big mess. I'm just going to pop that off. All right, I'm going to reach in, level off, put it into my milk cup. All right, now I have all the ingredients that I need for person B. Person C, you're going to bring a plate to the table, and you will need to get 2 slices of bread per person. There's just one of me. All right, and 1 little chunk of butter. You're going to take that back to your kitchen. Okay, now that we're in the kitchen, we're going to start with person A, who is in charge of the 4 eggs. All right, so we want to crack these one at a time so you don't get shell in a big pile of eggs. So you're going to take 1 egg, crack it into your small glass bowl. Remember, I'm going to lean over a smaller plate here so that when it starts to drip over the edge, I don't make a mess of my counter. All right, just a gentle crack. Okay, pop it open. Make sure you don't have any shell in there and pour it into your pie plate. So notice the things I have out. I have my bowl of eggs, my small glass bowl, a small plate, my pie plate, and then I'm going to need a fork. So let's keep doing this one at a time. Crack your egg, open it into your small glass bowl, look for shell, pour it in. Again, crack egg, open the shell, look for broken pieces, pour it in. Last one, gentle crack, open it up, look for shell, pour it in. Okay. These shells are going to go right into my garbage bowl. Then the dishes should go to the sink so they can be washed by somebody who's not doing anything. All right, now I have my pie plate of eggs. I'm just going to take a fork and I'm going to gently pop each of the yolks. Okay. And I'm just going to whisk this up a little bit just with the fork. All right. You do not need to go, all right, because then you're going to get egg all over the place. You just want it until it's fairly well mixed together. Okay. And then, person A, you're good to go with your eggs. All right, person B. While person A is whipping up the eggs, what you need to do is just take a spoon and stir together the ingredients that you measured out. Pretty easy job. Okay. All right, at that point, if we're still waiting on other people to catch up, you can wash some dishes. Once the eggs are beaten and the liquid ingredients are mixed with the spices, we're just going to mix those together. So carefully pour into your eggs. I'm going to send this over to be washed. And just stir it in together until it's well mixed in. All right, spoon, fork, just not your teeth. All right, person C, you're going to take 1 skillet or 2. That would help you to get through this quicker. And we're going to warm it up on medium-low heat. Now, remember from our grilled cheese, you don't want to overdo it on the heat. All right, we're going to need to have a spatula handy, and then of course we need our little chunk of butter and our bread. We're going to start just by putting our little chunk into the skillet, and we're going to let that melt. Alright, my butter's melted in my skillet. I've got my egg bath here. I've got my spatula. I have my plate with the bread ready to go. Alright, so I'm going to take 1 slice of bread. Okay, I'm going to dip it and flip it. Okay, and I want to shake off kind of the extra there. Alright, and then I'm going to carefully put that into my skillet. See how I have it right next to the oven? Alright, I'm going to do that and just place it in. Alright, and we're going to leave that in for about 2 minutes, about as long as your grilled cheese, before we flip it. Okay, just like our grilled cheese, we're just going to pull it up and check underneath and then carefully flip it over. Okay, see how we're getting a nice golden brown effect? Alright, and then cook it on the other side. As you can see, it's going to take a while to get through 6 or 8 of these, so again I would recommend using a second pan.